金色ラブリッチェ。おはようございます。
You sound sleepy.
すいません。昨日遅くて。最近はずっと眠そうになさってますわね。何かありまして？
Oh yeah, you've got a point. And your face is red too. You okay? You didn't catch a cold or something?
いえ、大丈夫です。ただ、
Akane-chan let out a massive yawn. Maybe something had happened?
先輩とレイナ先輩のことを見てからってもの、先輩のそばにいるとドキドキしちゃうよ。それに夜はベッドで先輩のことを思い出しておまったがムズムズしちゃうからムズムズを止めるためにその
She blushed bright red again.
でも眠気は飛びました。行きましょう先輩、ラジオ体操です。
Sure. December 9th, Saturday. We were nearly in the final stages of the second term, and the final weekend before winter break was upon us. For today...
何をなさるご予定ですの？
Ha, listen and be amazed. I'm planning to go buy cup noodles. Don't act so put off. Over winter break, especially over New Year's, the cafe and convenience stores in this dome weren't in business. That was fine since 99% of the boarders returned to their family homes over the break, but I'd sooner avoid going home until the very last second, as they would force me to help clean the place from top to bottom. So I would need some provisions in the meantime. And that's why going to buy cup noodles is so important.
食料の買い出しはよろしいことだと思いますわ。自慢げになさる意味がわからないだけで。
It's a pain unless I hype myself up for it.
ところで、日本ではこの時期、大掃除というものに取り掛かるそうですが、あなたはやりませんの？
A troublesome topic came up.
年末を迎えるにあたり、一度身の回りをきれいにして気持ちを改め新年にあたる。大変よろしい習慣だと思いますけれど。
I knew how she felt. All of the boarders who were returning home once winter break officially started had engaged in cleaning spree. They really were a diligent bunch. It made me realize all over again that this was a dormitory for rich girls. And obviously, I was never gonna be as diligent as they were. I'll clean when winter break starts. We're still only halfway into December, all said and done.
そう。まあ現時点である程度の衛生状態は保たれているので、うるさくは言いませんわ。
It only looked this way due to Mina-chan's frequent whining.
でもちょっと部屋汗臭くなってませんこと？
You think so?
本人は気づきませんのね。買い出しに行くなら芳香剤でも買ってきたらいかが？こういう些細な点にも気をかけるのが大人ですわよ。
Ah, is it worth going to that much trouble?
まあ、私が持ってきましょうかしら。
With that, I headed out to shop. Incidentally.
行きましょうか。
Yup. I'd already made plans to hang out with Reina. Sorry to ask you to carry bags every single time.
いえいえ。今日は何買ってもらおうかな。
Nothing too expensive, alright? Sortilege covered my cup noodle expenses, but it was a burden that her quote-unquote pay had to come out of my own wallet. Not that it felt bad though, actually. Going out on a walk alone with her on a day off already had me hyped up.
どったの？なんか嬉しそうだけど。
Nothing really. Not that I could tell her.
綾香？
何？
昨日からずっと変だけど、どうかした？怒ってる？
別に。どうして私が怒っているなんて思うのかしら。わからないわ。何かそういう表情や雰囲気が出ていて、あなたを不快にさせたかしら。なら謝るわ。
だから怒ってんじゃん。
まったく。
ねえ、気分転換にみんなで大掃除するの手伝わない？今日は手の空いてる子でこのテラスをきれいにしようって話になってるの。
ああ、冬休みが近いから。いいわね。やりましょうか。確かに気分を変えたいわ。汚らわしい男に触れられたから、何でもいいからきれいにしたいわ。
潔癖症だな。まあいいわ。じゃあ綾香はエアコンお願い。通風口とかね。
え？
見てよほら、何この人形。
Don Dijot does put out creepy puppets like these once in a while.
触っただけで呪われそう。ちょっとオーロ、買ってみてよ。
Why would I buy it when I know it'll curse me? That's a waste of a good Sheen cast.
だって可愛いじゃん、気持ち悪くて。ねえ、買いたい。これ買いたい。
Going to buy it then?
私は欲しくない。買ってる人が見たい。
Quit screwing with me. I passed by the shops with Reina. Shopping with Reina, who was captivated by everything that caught her eye, was always fun.
寒いです。
今日の気温で雑巾がけは辛いね。あかね、霜焼けとか大丈夫かい？
大丈夫です。けど、暖かいところに来ると指先がかゆいです。
冬の代名詞さね。ご苦労様。雑巾がけを代わります。休んでいて結構ですよ。
城ヶ崎先輩。
通風口周り、私が磨いておきます。
ありがとうございます。
Scrub, scrub, scrub.
皆さん遊び半分って感じですけど、城ヶ崎先輩だけは真面目にお掃除していますね。
真面目な子だからね。掃除一つにも全力なのさ。ほんと悪い子じゃないんだよね。消えろ。汚らわしいものはすべてこの世から消えろ。悪い子ではないんだけど。消えろ。この匂い。相馬さん、いらっしゃって。
あ？
やっぱりいた。そしてタバコを吸っていたわね。匂いが漏れてるわ。
あれおかしいな。普段は表には出ないのに。
通風口を開いているのよ。大掃除で。
なんじゃそりゃ、反則だろ。
手段はどうでもいいの。タバコはやめなさいと言ったはずでしょ。私、あなたのためを思ってね。
はいはい、わーった。やめたよ。ほら、火消してるだろ。
まったくもう。
うるせえ。 ガキの頃からほんと口うるさいんだよなこいつ。たく。
何か言った？
なんでも。ちょっと大荷物になったね。
That always happens on Cup Noodle Day. My phone suddenly rang. Hello? I answered. Yeah. Nah, can't right now. I'm out. Tomorrow? What a pain. We can't do it over the phone? Okay, got it. Will by the station work? You got it. I ended the call as quickly as I could. See ya. I ended the call.
誰？
Torio.
例の？島くん？
Yeah, the Shima-kun. We exchanged phone numbers last time we saw each other, so it was normal enough that he would call. Not that I expected he would. That was a surprise.
なんだって？
He wanted to meet up and talk. Today is a no-go, so we set it for tomorrow.
あ、そう。会うんだ。
Reina was acting a little stilted. Was this going to worry her? It's alright. We've been friends for ages, so it's no big deal just to meet up.
でも、
Well, he is kind of a draining guy to talk to. I knew this would consume some calories. But he'll be fine. I won't cry anymore. He'll be fine.
そう。泣きたくなったら来てくれてもいいけど。
That could be fun. Be sure to wear a swimsuit or don't wear a skirt next time you let me borrow your lap.
バーカ。
Reina cackled. I could turn that shameful display from a week ago into a funny story at this point. I was fine now.
ねえオーロ、次もう帰るだけだよね。
Yeah.
ちょっと遠回りしてこっか。今日いい天気だし。
While we carry these heaps of cup noodles.
いいじゃん。ほら行こ
What? She tugged me by the hand. Hoo boy, guess I join her. It was a friend's request after all.
疲れた。
う。うわあ、あやか。掃除終わった？
ええ。みんなはもう休んでるのね。まったく。ちゃんと掃除したんでしょうね。
うい、やったやった。疲れたから休んでたとこ。
What are they giggling about?
ああ、いい気分。あ、ねえねえ、このお香、あやかのだっけ？
Oh, I guess they're high.
一本火つけちゃった。リラックス効果すごいね、これ。ダメよ、それ。消しなさい。大丈夫だよ、これくらいなら火災報知器も動かないし。そうじゃなくてすごい匂い。いい匂いだよね。
もうドリップしてる。この広いテラスでどれだけ強いのよ、このアロマ。とにかく消すわ。これ体に悪いのよ。
あ、そうなんだ。勝手に使ってごめんね。
いえ、私こそ不用意に置いておいてごめんなさい。早く空気抜きしないと。エアコン。
何やってんだい、綾香。まだ掃除中なんだから、エアコンは切っときな。
いや先輩、これはその。
一番働いたあんたには言いたくないけど、まだ頑張ってる子もいるんだからね。
はい。なら通風口を開いてファンだけ回せば。よし、全部こっちに流れてるわ。でもこの通風口、外には繋がってないわよね。 こっちはリアの部屋だったけど。あっ、全部この部屋に入っちゃいますね。臭いわ。あいつとはいえこっそり役付けにするのはさすがに気がとがめる。まあ家主もいないし、この部屋に引き受けてもらって、ここから窓でも開けておけば大丈夫でしょう。多少の残りがは致し方ない犠牲よ。帰ってきた時寒いでしょうけど、そこまでは私に関係ないわ。さて、まずは窓を。
It was reckless to go on that detour with all these bags in this cold weather.
どうしたん、二人さん。
We ran around while carrying all these bags and worked up a sweat.
ああ、ちょうどさっきから風が出てきたね。
Brrr, better go wash up.
私も。あ、オーロ、後で部屋行くね。
Sure. I said goodbye to Reina and headed to my room.
帰ってきた。どうしましょう。窓閉めて、それから、
Phew, even cup noodles are heavy when it's this many. I'm home! Oh, but not like anyone was here.
クローゼットに隠れてしまった。何をしてるんです、私ったら。
Oh, the room almost smelled kind of sweet. Ah, Mina-chan had mentioned something about air freshener earlier that morning. She was probably behind the sweet aroma. Kind of an unwelcome favor. I didn't really care for the smell of air fresheners. Then again, her kindness was nothing to complain about. Better just ignore it and get in the bath.
匂い、気づいたはずだけど、何も言いませんね。気づいてないのでしょうか。ろくな教育を受けてない庶民は、特に味覚と嗅覚が鈍いとはよく聞きますけど。
Ugh, chilly. There was no point getting undressed here. Oh well, time for a shower. Huh. I couldn't prepare a bath, but a shower still felt wonderful against my sweaty body.
今が逃げるチャンス。さっきのは見ちゃったのは不可抗力です。私は何とも思わないし、悪意があってのことではないので、彼にも悪くありません。だから殿方の裸体、初めて見た。そんなことより早く外に。
Ah, that was a great shower. Whew. I came back into the room.
早すぎ。カラスの行水ですか。
I got dressed. Okay, why not unpack the cup noodles I bought?
おいーす。
Hey! And Reina showed up.
何この甘い匂い。
No clue, an air freshener or something.
へえ。それより買ってきたもの分けよ。コーンスープちょっと多めにもらうね。
Sure. We unpacked the bags together.
もう出ていけない。仕方ありません。このまま耐えましょう。幸いクローゼットを開ける気配はないですし。それより
Woozy.
お香がこもっています。匂いきつい。頭クラクラしてくる。酔っ払うってこんな感じかしら。 外に出てくれれば万々歳ね。待ちましょう。
After we finished splitting up the ramen, Reina made herself at home, and the two of us lounged around together.
なんか急に眠くなってきたかも。
Oh, me too. I feel kind of strange. It was like I was sleepy, or like my head was fuzzy. Strangely enough, my body was burning up, and I wasn't at all tired.
二人にも症状が出始めた。匂いのせいだと気づいてくれればいいけど。
荷物運びだけでも疲れるもんだね。
I was freezing and immediately took a hot shower. I've heard wild variations in body temperature can make you sleepy.
じゃあしゃあないか。
You said it. Nothing strange about it.
役立たず。
I handed Reina a ramune as she laid around lazily on my bed like usual.
ここはいつでも飲み物のサービスが行き届いてて大変よろしい。
As long as you are pleased.
体がほてってきた。私も飲み物が欲しいわ。
We continued our leisurely hangout.
もう今日から始めてる子多いけど、オールは大掃除どうするん？
I've been cleaning off and on. I'll finish once winter break starts.
同じか。こっちもあんまやる気ない。
Cleaning's not part of your skill set, huh?
失礼かよ。できなくはないよ。夏は結構こまめにするよ。でも冬はね。水仕事が辛い時期はね。
Yeah, it is cold.
多少汚しても G の心配もないって考えるとさ。
I get that. Reina and I were birds of a feather. She suddenly let out a deep sigh. Sleepy?
そういうわけじゃ。でも、なんだろう。
She rolled around on the bed and looked rather uncomfortable. Was it a cold or something? Obviously not, I suppose.
それで大掃除だけど。
Yeah?
今日みんなやってたみたいね。テラスの掃除とか。うちら逃げちゃったかな。
Yeah, but what's it matter? Nobody said anything, and it was entirely optional.
だね。
Only about 1/5 of the boarders volunteered, so I was sure nobody thought we were being rude.
あなたみたいなどんくさい庶民が混ざると効率が落ちるから、むしろいなくて結構よ。
にしても早いよね。まだ昼過ぎてちょっとしか経ってないのに、もう終わってたし。
Yeah. This is just a guess, but I bet Jogasaki took the lead.
ぽいぽい。あやかっちはこういう時頼れるかんね。指揮することで効率2倍みたいな。
I could totally see that happening.
人から頼られるタイプではあります。
You can count on her to pull through in these situations. I wish we could get along to some degree.
オーロは嫌われてるかんね。
Yeah.
嫌ってなどいないわ。ただ汚らわしい庶民がいるのが鬱陶しいだけ。眼中にないと言ってほしいですね。
オーロの方は大好きなのに。
Yeah, I guess. Jogasaki. She had way too harsh a personality. But her looks were out of this world. She was gorgeous, had a great figure, and I couldn't get enough of that hair. Reina, who knew about my fetish for long black hair, laughed.
市松さんが私を好き、大好き。そんな嘘だって。でも
ねえねえオーロ、想像してみて。あやかっちが割烹着とか着て床を雑巾がけしてるとこ。
Ah, that'd be fantastic. Black hair plus an apron plus cleaning. Sexy as hell.
いいって、そんな。 調子に乗らないで、庶民風情が。私に化粧するなんて、身分違いも甚だしいです。でも、市松さんが。
Phew. Yeah, I absolutely adored how Jogasaki looked, but her personality didn't mesh well with mine. Outer appearance may have been the first thing you notice when choosing a girl, but it wasn't the most important. As far as I was concerned, I found the cute girl with long black hair was less important than the trendy girl who dyed her hair blonde.
ねえ、やっぱりなんか暑くない？さっきから。
You think? The heater is off, you know.
変だな。
She flapped the collar of her shirt against her chest in an effort to cool off.
なんか暑い。体ほてってる。
I know what you mean. It is weird. I'm not cold at all either. I wonder why.
気づいて。お香のせいだって。甘い匂いとは言っても煙だからわかるでしょ。お昼に食べたキムチラーメン、相当効いてるっぽいね。
Maybe so.
やっぱ唐辛子って温まるんだね。新陳代謝がどうたらこうたら。
Feels like it.
ダイエットに使えるかな。
Nah, I hear Japanese people don't have much of an affinity with red pepper, or rather, capsaicin. It'll trash your stomach in no time if you eat enough to actually generate any heat.
へえ、そういやキムチ、ちょっと前にブームあったけど一瞬で廃れたもんね。
Japanese people gravitate more to miso since the yeast and stuff can cause your body temperature to spike. It's good to drink it when you need to warm up or for when you are dieting.
へえ。
Apparently a combination of red miso soup with seaweed and onion is best.
じゃあ今日も味噌汁飲んでたらもっと汗かいてたかな。
Probably. Flap, flap. She must have been extremely warm. Reina opened up the chest of her shirt some more. So about that, when it comes to miso soup.
いや、味噌汁談義はもういいわ。
Really? Having nowhere to divert my eyes was really causing problems. I couldn't even change the subject now.
ほんと暑い。何これ。
You said it. I was burning up myself. All the stuff about miso soup didn't matter. I could tell I was sweating. I'm going to go change real quick. I undressed and headed for the closet. I grabbed a new shirt from the closet. I tossed the old one I'd taken off inside. Phew. And got changed.
気づかれなかった。ってああ、シャツを放り込んだだけだったのね。汗臭いシャツが汚い。我慢よ、我慢。
Feels kind of sluggish, huh?
だね。
My mind felt fuzzy. I wanted to chat, but it was a pain to come up with anything to talk about. Give me half the bed. I jumped into bed with Reina. It was much more relaxing to sit on a bed instead. Huh.
ほら、汗臭い。
Don't say that. Actually, this isn't something I should say to a woman, but you are super sweaty too.
かな。かも。
Even though Reina had supposedly taken a shower before coming over, she just got all sweaty again once she arrived. The smell of Reina's sweat lingered in the air. Oh, that was when I realized. Crap. I was hard as a rock. Before I knew it, you know what had gotten into a perilous state in my pants. I didn't want to look at Reina that way, but I guess she was still a girl, and an exceptionally gorgeous one at that. I was getting turned on. And then... Huh? Reina was acting weird too. She looked intoxicated and was uneasily rubbing her thighs together.
やっぱり熱すぎ。あのラーメン相当辛かったみたい。
The capsaicin did this, yeah. I played it off. Both of us had probably noticed the weird mood we had going between us at this point. But we were friends. We were friends and didn't feel that way about each other. That was how it had to be, or our relationship would fall apart in the future. We had to disregard this bizarre mood.
喉乾いた。ねえ、さっき水買ってたよね、2リットルで。
Yeah. I retrieved the bag of cup noodles I'd haphazardly tossed to the side. We had bought lots of stuff other than noodles, and I grabbed a bottle of water. Reina gulped it down to make up for all she had sweated out. She was sweating enough that you'd think it were the middle of summer. Wasn't this clearly abnormal? Not that I had any idea why. Oh, what are you going to do with this?
ああ、忘れてた。
I'd purchased it for Reina to thank her for helping me carry today's bags. The thing Reina had pestered me to buy was a type of cream. Earring cleaner. What is this stuff?
そのまま。ピアスをね、きれいに光らせるためのクリーム。なんかお肌にいい成分でできてるんだって。
Huh, I had no clue. I opened it up. It seemed like this sort of polishing cream that you could find anywhere. There's no point limiting this only to earrings, is there?
いいの。これでさらにレイナちゃんは戦闘力アップすんの。
Reina took off her earrings. Then she smeared on the cream. Naturally, it shone brightly and the metal became more reflective. Basically, it became more radiant.
ほら、きれいになった。
Women sure are lapdogs for companies like these.
と。
She put back on the earrings.
どうよ。攻撃力上がったっしょ。
Well, it doesn't hurt anyway. The earrings had gotten somewhat prettier. But... Hold up, Reina. This one's not in quite right.
え、マジ？
Don't move. The earrings are at a weird angle. It probably slipped due to the cream and was at a skewed angle. Better fix it. I reached for it, careful not to hurt the hole in her ear. Phew. Ah. What's with you?
いや、耳、くすぐったくて。
Oh. My heart skipped a beat. Don't start making sexy noises out of nowhere. I wasn't so withered up that I wouldn't be put in an odd mood when the girl I liked started gasping. Settle down. Look, I'll fix it. I touched her ear again. Foop. I repositioned her earring. Then I pulled my hand away. Flop. Reina collapsed, almost as if all the strength had been zapped from her body. She was right in front of me, so I reached out to support her and pulled her into an embrace. Ah, crap. I couldn't move. My body was practically on fire, and I was starting to stew in my own sweat. To top it all off, Reina's warmth felt incredible against me. However, Reina was stiff as a board. Touch. Wah! For whatever reason, Reina gently brushed her finger against my earlobe. What the heck?
仕返し。
Oh. She continued to rub it slowly. It tickled and sent shivers up my spine. What was her deal? Why would she do this in this situation? I'll give you a taste of your own medicine, darn it. Foop. I pinched her ear a little harder this time, and my finger grazed the outer rim. But Reina wouldn't let my ear go. Cool.
何しているのあの二人。
ほら、汗の匂い、すごい。
Right back at you.
汗。確かにあの子、発熱作用がすごすぎ。私も汗が止まりません。
はあ。
木崎さんはとんだ災難ね。あんな下品な男の汗の匂いをだなんて臭いに決まっていれば、すごく男臭いにすごく
The
どうして市松さんのシャツ嗅いでますの？汗の匂いがすごいの嗅いで。
How? Oh.
ほら、くすぐったいって。
You're doing the same thing to me. Oh. Wasn't this bad? It felt like I was losing all self-restraint. I knew this was bad, but my body wouldn't stop. Reina was probably thinking the same thing. This was beyond anything friends would do. We should turn this into a joke, say gotcha, and back off from each other immediately. I knew that, but...
耳、くすぐったい。
Mine does too. I felt a sensation other than ticklishness coming from my ear. It consumed my entire body, which was practically glued to hers, and it showed no signs of stopping. It was pleasure. That was how I felt, and I bet it was the same for Reina. It felt wonderful being pressed up against her.
何やっていますの？二人していやらしい、浅ましい。木崎さんまであんな自分から浅ましいことを。市松さんの汗、このいやらしい匂いで発情してなんて。
Ha. We were both panting. It was out of our hands given how hot we'd gotten.
ちょっと水。
Yeah. Reina drank the 2 liters of water I'd given her earlier. She got a little overzealous and... slosh. What are you doing?
ごめん。
She spilled and soaked our clothes, which were already sticky from sweat. Umph. I took a taste. I sucked on her water-logged clothes. What? The slightly salty moisture came back to me. Tasty. Looks like I'm pretty parched too.
だよね。
Reina turned the bottle my way. The cold water delighted my throat. Pwah! An indirect kiss?
急に何？
Oh, just wait on my mind a little. This was a little overdue, but I was doing something fairly embarrassing.
何今さら。うちらもうずっと恥ずいことしてるし。
Yeah, guess so. Sounded like she realized it too. Our sweltering skin, slick from sweat, stuck to one another. We were doing something far more dangerous than an indirect kiss. For that matter, my stiff hard-on had been pressed firmly against her ass for some time now. As for Reina, she'd been subtly pressing her breasts against me, and I could feel her soft mounds brushing against my chest and stomach. It looked like we were in the same boat. Her head was reeling, and she couldn't stop anymore. Hmm? The closet suddenly opened. Huh? Jogasaki.
なんで
Jogasaki popped out of the closet. Why the closet? I was suspicious, but too giddy to think straight. Whatever the case, Jogasaki was there. Huh? Jogasaki staggered her way over to the air conditioner remote on the bed. She pressed the deodorize button. With that, Jogasaki had been zapped of her energy, and she sat on the bed. Reina and I just stared at her blankly. With the air conditioner running, the sweat smell in the room gradually grew weaker, but more than that, I was worried about Jogasaki now that she'd flopped over and gone into a coughing fit. Sticky with sweat from head to toe.
ほら、水
Oh, I get it. It made sense considering we'd both been thirsty up until this point. She was on the verge of dehydration as well. Here, Jogasaki, drink, slowly. I tilted the bottle of water for her. But it was no use. She seemed tongue-tied, and pouring in the water only led to her going into a coughing fit. What should you do in situations like this, if I recalled? Mku. I took in a mouthful. At times like these. I pushed my mouth against hers. Jogasaki's lips sure were soft. She felt soft from head to toe, not that I knew if she was special in that regard or if everyone was the same way. I opened her lips. Slink. And put my tongue inside. I sucked up on her numb tongue. Like so, I slowly poured the water in along our joined tongues. This would work if we went a little at a time. At least she was drinking something. It was a total force of nature, but her tongue felt slippery and wonderful, adjoined to my own. It gave me shivers. Wah! We had ended up smooshed against each other. My mind was spinning, and my body reacted to the sudden stimulation. Namely, was it the same for Jogasaki? She was sucking back. Our tongues rubbed smoothly together. It was a sensation I'd never experienced before. Wah! Once I finished giving her water, our mouths separated. The feeling of her licking the inside of my mouth made me space out. What was I doing again? Oh right, water. Can you drink? She could probably drink on her own this time. I put the bottle up to her mouth. Jogasaki adeptly drank without coughing. but for some reason she put her mouth against mine. Huh? Why? I wasn't sure, but I could tell her sticky tongue was incoming. There was no reason for me to reject something that felt so wonderful, and I welcomed it inside. Our tongues grazed together. Jogasaki may have been confused and tried to return the water to me. I welcomed this rare opportunity, especially when I was parched, and felt the refreshing liquid trickle down my throat all the while. I probably shouldn't drink it though. I tried to give her more water by rubbing our tongues together, and she obediently swallowed. And like so. She slurped it all down, including my saliva. Hey now, well, I guess it was okay. As I fed her the thick mixture, she gulped it down absent-mindedly, her cheeks flushed a delighted shade of pink. Ugh, but I was thirsty too, so... I sucked back on her tongue and prodded for her saliva. She must have known right away and rolled her tongue to treat me to an orb of her saliva. I wonder what Reina's thinking right now. My first taste of another person's saliva was faintly sweet with a minty aroma. We had forgotten all about the water after that and let each other swallow the other's saliva. The scrubbing together of our tongues promoted saliva production, causing loads more to gush out. I let her swallow tons and swallowed back in return. I knew Reina was watching blank-faced behind us. It had taken a few minutes, but it was difficult to breathe. When we finally separated, Jogasaki flopped over on the bed, unable to remain upright. I'm thirsty. I'd given her most of the water and the top of my tongue proceeded to tingle. I needed to stay hydrated as well and gulped down a good portion of the bottle. Pah! I pulled away and realized I'd consumed a third of it in a single sitting. Meh. I had no idea why, but Reina plastered her mouth against mine. She slurped in. Then again, there was nothing to slurp since I already swallowed it. Poha! Reina, what the?
なんとなく私もあやかっちみたいに飲みたいなと。
Sure. Okay. I would do just that then. I took some water into my mouth. Despite being lured in by the sweet aroma, the heat I'd felt since earlier had begun to dissipate little by little. Regardless, my brain still wasn't functioning from all the saliva sucking with Jogasaki. I didn't even notice how bizarre this behavior was. Our lips met, and I gave her the few remnants of water that lingered in my mouth. Reina meekly accepted and chugged it down. She was sticking her tongue in as well, so... I wrapped my sticky tongue around hers in the same manner I had with Jogasaki. This must have been all too sudden for Reina, as the intense stimulation caused her shoulders to twist and turn. I needed to be more gentle. After pulling apart for a moment, I went to take another drink of water. But the bottle was now empty. 2 liters hadn't lasted long between 3 people, huh? I gave the last mouthful of water to Reina. Reina had begun lapping at my tongue, just like Jogasaki had done. She too fell back onto the bed beside Jogasaki. I'll bring some water. I grabbed a few of the water bottles I'd set out from the kitchen. When I turned, I found both Reina and Jogasaki sprawled out on the bed. What's going on here? Do I have to make a cut? Well, I'll see you all in a second. Well, that sure was something.
ですね。
Our heads finally had a chance to cool. We were in pretty horrendous shape, so we temporarily split up to take showers and change clothes. We couldn't exactly go without talking this through, so we met back up again around an hour later. It sure was embarrassing to see them again. Still, we had to talk.
つまり
We were drugged.
そうではないはずです。違法性のあるものではなかったはず。ただまあ、違法性がない中では限りなく危ない薬だったと思われます。
Ah.
まあこの状況的に逆になんかそういうえぐい理由があった方がいいかな。自分に言い訳できて。
More or less, for the three of us to end up this way is pretty much impossible otherwise. This applied to Reina as well, but it would be easier on Jogasaki to assume she had become such an enthusiastic participant because of a drug.
本当に申し訳ありません。恋でないとはいえ、おかしなものを盛る形になって、法的措置を取るというなら言い訳はしませんわ。賠償する用意は。
いやいいって。ほら私は気にしてないから。オーラもだよね。
In my case, it's basically a perk.
ねえ。
Whatever the reason, there weren't all that many men who could have engaged in a threesome with two beautiful women and then have their partner apologize to them. As far as I'm concerned, I'm actually more worried if you're all right. Reina, She had suffered the most in this predicament. Reina had her abdomen. I came inside her, and quite a lot at that. This was full-blown sex. Or baby-making, essentially. We had a major problem on our hands, not only the emotional aspect of it all, but...
今日一応安全日だけど。
アフターピルを用意します。副作用はないし、信頼できるものがありますわ。
じゃあお願い。
She'd been wrapped up in a potential pregnancy.
あやかっちの方は？
私はその妊娠の危険は。
ああ、そっか。
Jogasaki was holding her butt. She and I had only done it anally, so it was true there shouldn't be any concern of pregnancy, but... You're not hurt or anything? You seemed more experienced, but we were pretty rough.
はい。ちょっと違和感はありますが、傷のような痛みはありません。慣れてなどいますか？
Ah, sorry.
まったく、あんなこと初めてです。決まっているでしょ。
Jogasaki was angry. Although the guilt left her a bit meek, she still lashed out at me. Oh well, this was more Jogasaki-like.
初めてです。したことなんてないんだから。あんな大きなものを入れたのも、あんなに硬いので貫かれて、ぐいぐい揺さぶられて、あんな気持ちいいの初めて。
あやかっち？
なんでもありません。
She was grumbling about something under her breath, but I couldn't make it out. The way she was acting must have been amusing, as Reina giggled now that she'd regained some mental fortitude.
ねえねえ、セクウスまで行っちゃったのは初めてとして、いじったのは初めてじゃないんだよね。途中そう言ってたし。
はい。
She seemed to hate playing along with Reina's dirty jokes, but had no choice but to respond since Reina had the absolute upper hand here.
なんでお尻専門で始めたの？なんかきっかけとかあった？
昔ちょっと勘違いしたのです。昔は中途半端な性知識で、処女膜というのは実に本当に膜のようにあるものだと思っていて、下手に触ると破れてしまうと思って。
はあ、処女膜が怖くて後ろから始めるやつね。雑誌の体験談コーナーとかでたまに見るかも。
それと小さい頃、小さい頃お尻に怪我をしたことがあって、軟膏を塗って、その感覚が忘れられなくて。
What sort of injury was it? You didn't have scars or anything.
小学生男子のあれです。あの低俗な。
What did they do? Ah, that imaginary gun in the butt thing, huh? The what?
やるよね、小学生は。
傷はつかなかったのですが、とある男子のやったのが深く入ってものすごく痛くて。まったく、思い出しただけで腹が立ちます。これだから庶民は。あれのせいで私、小さい頃キャンプに参加できませんでしたの。とことめ、恨みは忘れませんわ。
That incident from before, she wasn't just pushed into the lake, but was also on the receiving end of a vulgar prank like that.
それでその時軟膏を塗ったのが癖にと。
お恥ずかしい話ですが、思い出します。
お尻痛いよ、高藤くん。意地悪ばっかりする。男の子って怖いよ。
Ei-chan, you look like you've been hurting ever since Renjuro finger-gunned your butt. Are you okay?
すごく痛いの。しかもお医者さんに見せなきゃだから。この後キャンプは中止だって。
Really? That sucks. Is your butt okay? I brought something to get rid of the pain.
なにそれ。ワセリン？
Torio gave it to me and said it helps whenever you get hurt. It might make you feel a little better. Put it on.
でも。
Don't be modest. Tug.
いきなり脱がさないで。恥ずかしい。
Okay, putting on a good glob. Slather.
お尻にぬるぬるしたのが。
Well, did the pain go away? Slather.
指が触ってるところは痛いのなくなる。
I'll put some more on for you then.
もっとして。ありがとう、いちくん。
いちくん、懐かしいわ。今頃どこで何をしているのでしょう。
あやかっち？
何でもありません。私の心配は結構です。それより問題は、
Whether or not we'll form a dependence since that was a drug?
もし何か毒性があったら。
失礼、
城ヶ崎殿がこちらにおられると聞きました。ああ、いましたね。先日あの男から渡されたお香を我々が分析しましたのでお伝えしたいことが。あれは匂いを嗅ぐと判断力が損なわれ、ある種酔ったような状態になるハーブで作ったお香です。依存性や中毒性は一切ありませんが、体温が上がりすぎて脱水症状を起こす危険があるそうです。城ヶ崎殿なら大丈夫でしょうが、決してお使いにならぬよう。もうじき法整備される代物です。こちらから交番に回しておこうと思いますが、どうですか？
ではお願いしますわ。
了解です。後のことはこちらで済ませますので。
She came out of nowhere and left in a similar fashion.
依存性なし、中毒性なしか。助かるね。
Watching out for dehydration was the right call.
そのようね。脱水症状。私が一番危なかったわ。市松さんには命を救われました。
No, it was just lucky. She made me remember just how I had gotten her to drink. The group sex that followed was also questionable, but the kiss and whatnot before it was also embarrassing.
私から言うのは勝手ですが、今日のことはもうなかったものとしていただいてよろしいかしら。
Ah, well.
まあそうするのがベストかな。
ありがとう。では今日のことはイレギュラーということで、もちろんあの薬について何かあれば追って言ってくだされば、私にできる限りの便宜は図ると約束します。では死刑、アフターピルを手配してまいります。
With all of the matters that had concerned her settled, she all but ran away. Pretend today never happened to her. I did agree that was best. This whole situation was nothing more than a perk for me personally, at the very least. I had no plans to complain. The only issue was... Reina.
はい。
The morning after pill is apparently 90% effective.
言わないでよ。
In other words, there was a 10% chance of failure. If it wasn't an unsafe day, then the odds should be far lower than that 10%, but...
どうしよう。私ママになるのかな。
sorry.
オーロが謝ることじゃないけど。ママか。将来のプランどうしようかな。今仕込んだとしてお腹が出てくるのは半年後だから、来年5月くらい？卒業まではさすがに隠せないな。
Oh, sounded like her thought process differed from mine. You could do that, but Reina, abortion is another option.
下ろすのは嫌。
She said that like it was a given. Reina patted a hand against her belly.
できたら産む。で、育てる。赤ちゃんは昔から欲しかったもん。来てくれるならラッキーだよ。でもデザイナーの夢と並行できるパターンが良かったな。なんとか卒業まで待ってくれないかな。
That seemed to be the only part she was worried about. Reina would deliver the baby if she had gotten pregnant her. Noble Academy has strong connections to the design industry as well, so I'm sure you would want the prestige that goes with being a Noble Academy graduate.
それ。まあ最悪、ノーブル学園出身ですでもギリ大丈夫だろうけど。
But as long as you can wear that prestige, you should be able to do both, even if you had a baby.
うん。やりたいのはデザイナーでもデザイン部門ってやつで、これ家でもできる仕事だから。
She could do it alongside raising a child, huh? The problem was graduating then. If you're pregnant, then you'll be due around November of next year. It might work out as long as you take an extended leave around that time.
産む場合はさすがに退学じゃない？
Let's turn to Sylvie. We'll have her use her royal cheat powers to put pressure on the academy.
その手があったか。いやでもさすがにさ。
A wry smile and resigned look popped onto Reina's face, since there was a degree of common sense to it. I didn't want that. If it meant hardship for Reina, I would prostrate myself before the bigwigs at the academy or Sylvie without a moment's hesitation.
産んだ後も赤ちゃんのお世話とかあるし。
As far as that goes, wouldn't you have better odds if we worked something out together?
え?
Hmm?
二人?
Together. Me and you. There's also our parents. Actually, it'd be best if we relied on Sylvie's cheat powers and asked for the help of some royal wet nurse of sorts. On second thought, maybe that'd be wrong. Given how Jogasaki acted before, I'm sure she'd help out too. We can make this work out somehow.
いやいやいや、そうじゃなくて。え、オーロも数に入ってるの?
Huh? Let me flip that around and ask. You're not counting me? I'm the daddy who just had sex with you.
あ
She seemed to have overlooked my existence, and she smiled wryly through her surprise.
いやー、でもそれは。私、シングルマザーでもいいよ。
Not happening. If you give birth, I'll be that baby's father.
その場合、ママの私とは結婚してるよね。
Should we? Sounded like she considered that a joke, and she grinned like crazy in response. However, I was very serious. Listen, Reina, it's a little sketchy to bring up at a time like this, but I'll say it since this is probably an opportunity. I do love you.
おお、それは本当にこんな機会にどうだって話だね。
But it's also an opportunity. In either case, we just had sex, the endpoint from a profession of love. For that matter, I could envision what came after. If Reina had a baby, I wanted to raise it with her. What do you think?
どうだって言われても。何？マジ旦那やつ。
Legit serious.
どうしよう。こっちはオーロのこと友達っていうか、そんな感じで。
But if you give birth, I'll be its daddy. I'm the man your child will call daddy.
子供を人質にすんな。どうしよう。もう、赤ちゃんだけで頭ぐるぐるなのに悩むこと増やさないでよ。
My bad on that front. She seemed to have understood this wasn't a joke, then got a mystified look on her face.
私のこと好きとか?
Yeah. I said it. I went ahead and said it, the one word that would destroy our great relationship as friends.
え
For as calm as she feigned to be, Reina's face gradually turned a bright shade of pink before my very eyes. But then...
キサキさん、アフターピル持ってきました。
We were interrupted. That was quick.
学生寮には常備されているのです。
Kind of a graphic subject.
ノーブル学園が仕入れるものですので、副作用や悪影響は限りなく少ない高級品ですわ。どうぞ。
Reina took the pill and puzzled over it a little. I know it's a little weird after the conversation we just had, but take it.
そうするべき。
Consider it a leg up toward your dream of being a designer. If you want a baby later, I'll help you out anytime. Reina headed to the kitchen and took the pill Jogasaki had given her. This was a smart move on our part, and we should keep the odds of her getting pregnant as low as possible, especially for Reina's sake. All I could do was to help her if she did get pregnant. Huh. It was kind of an astounding day. And ultimately, I confessed,